My sister destroyed her marriage and announced she will be moving in to destroy my bank account as well, but she doesn't know I'll be out as soon as she steps in. About a year ago, my mother suffered a health crisis. And as a result, I 28-year-old male moved back in with her to take care of her. Although she still has some independence, I drive her to and from doctors, go shopping for her, help with cleaning, etc. She can wash herself, walk around the house and so forth, but not much more than that. My father passed away a few years back. Up until I moved back in, she had been living on her own. Very recently, my sister, 30-year-old female, her husband, 30-year-old male, have separated on bad terms. I don't want to go into details, but it's a fairly hostile situation. My sister has 2 children, a 1-year-old male and a 4-year-old male, and as a result, hasn't worked in quite some time. Now she is in the process of trying to find a job, but with the children that is difficult. Because of this, my mother suggested that she should move back in, so she could look after the children. I am strongly against this. I feel for my sister, but my mother can't even really look after herself anymore, let alone provide childcare for 2 young children. If she moved in, her children would definitely become my responsibility, even though they both deny that, and I don't want to add that to my plate. My sister and mother also argued that she could help with taking care of my mother, but honestly, she wouldn't be much help, and it certainly wouldn't make up for the added burden of having an infant and a small child in the home. The house is big enough in terms of rooms for her to move in without a problem. But the fact that all the caretaking duties would inevitably fall onto me is what's making me want to put my foot down. I feel like a complete butthole, but I've considered telling my mother that if my sister moves in, I will move out. I'm getting a lot of repeat questions. I've decided to answer them here because I realize my responses will get lost in the comments. 1. I work full-time. I am a pathology resident. I pay for my own expenses and most of my mother's as well. I do not pay rent because my mother owns the house. But I do pay for electricity, water, heating, groceries, gas, and any out-of-pocket expenses at the doctor's office. My mother has a small monthly pension that isn't able to cover her costs anymore due to the increase in medical costs. And inflation isn't exactly helping either. 2. The reason why I don't think my sister will be able to look after her own kids or help with our mother is because the whole point of her moving in is so that she can get help with childcare and get a job. If she were able to work and provide for her kids on her own, she wouldn't need to be moving in the first place. 3. My sister is not escaping an abusive relationship. I said hostile to indicate that they were on bad terms and not speaking to each other, but she wasn't being assaulted and she isn't fleeing from him. If she were, that would be a totally different situation. She currently lives alone with her kids in their apartment co-owned by her and her husband. He is paying for the utility costs as of right now.